Yeah, I can see you, Dot. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, good evening, guys. We're going to work on a 11 by 14 canvas panel. And all I've done to start with is put a coat of acrylic. I have my sketch and I've pulled papers and we're going to collage. Okay, I was just checking, Dot. This is a live stream, so you'll hear me talking to people in the chat. All right, so what I did was I'm going to move the papers for the rooster to the side. I found this napkin, but it's not big enough to cover all of it. Plus, I don't know that we want to use, like, it'd be too busy if you just used it everywhere. But I really liked the colors with the papers and it seeing the right. And then I pulled some of this chicken wire type paper. So I thought a combination of this would be good. So I'm going to start by just tearing a piece to put in one of the corners of the blue. The rooster will sit, and it'll also kind of solve the problem with the, like, what to do with the feet of the rooster. You know, like, do I put a ground or not a ground? All right, and I think I want to take a wet brush I really like this blue. On the border. Right, I'm gonna cut. Hi, Eileen. I'm gonna trim this down. And just tear a new edge. Maybe that across the top. Hi, Shauna. And let's take this. Okay, maybe I can pull this down. And I can put this in here. And if that covers that up, but this will have to get changed. a little. Now remember the rooster's going to be I think I'm going to separate the elements of the napkin so I have a little more control. And I think I'll let that overlap there, but go under the blue. Right, I'm going to do the same thing with this bigger piece. All right, and let me get this last little bit because I can probably match something up. Oh, darn it. I just stuck that blue. I'm going to take that flower off so it's free. Maybe I'll just put the flower up here. Okay. Hi, Jean. I saw a picture of Kathy's room. It'll be a while, won't it, Kathy? Okay. All right, so I'm going to free these up just a little bit. You know what? I'm tempted to flip this a little bit, I think. So the blue goes all the way across. And I'll let this other flower tuck in there. see if that tucked in there doesn't work better. Now it's smaller. Pull this down. Tuck under there. It is more symmetrical. Alright, and then we'll put the rooster in here. Alright, I'm gonna put those in place and then deal with the rest so they're not moving. Sewing pattern may be also something I play with to get some text but still see the color in the background. So I'm going to start with the napkin. That out just gently. Now I'm going to come back over. Okay. Move my phone. Hi, Brenda. So that'll go here. I'm just trying to figure out where I need to glue this other side. So there's enough. Laid out. I don't think I want to glue those papers yet because I think I want to play with the other concept of doing some sewing tissue and using those other flowers. So I think I'll start next with some sewing tissue. I want words, so let's find see if we can find somebody cut these out with pinking shears, so I love that. other piece is. The waistband, I'm just going to tear it in pieces. Tear the pocket too. But I'm just going to pick some places and go with it because it'll meld into the background. And then we'll put some of those those sunflowery pieces in here too. Let's take a wet brush and kind of free I'm going to put this one here in this space. So let me put some glue there. Lay that down. I knew there was something missing from my table. It's the squirt bottle. Okay. Mr. Rooster's going to go kind of in here. I think I want to put another flower over here. Let's kind of trim around this back side of this. All right, I'm going to take off a little bit of this back too. So that fits pretty good. Let's get the watery glue going. I haven't found out how the pumpkins did yet. I guess I'll find out Monday when I go back to school. How much they raised and I want more writing of the sewing pattern. Okay, I like this piece with all its text. Let's get rid of some of the extra. Have you fixed and bopped the humidifier?
Yeah.
I need to do that too. For my room.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's the heater. Just I don't want to cover up my flowers, so. I'll tear some more of that out. We're collaging a rooster. And good evening, Cindy Lou Who. Two more days to your favorite holiday. Well, 3 actually, I guess. No, it's Tuesday. All right, let's put this paper on the top. I'm going to let it hang over the edge just a little bit so I can fold it over. Even though this has to be framed. Just so it doesn't come up later. Take out the corners here. These were a mispurchase. I thought I ordered a canvas pack. And I was looking at the list and it had a canvas panel and I clicked on the wrong one. So instead of sending it back, we're embracing it. That's what Dot said to do. Yeah, Jean's favorite day is Wednesday. Then all our Halloween talk nonsense will be over for another year. Let me put the pattern stuff back out of my way. I can go either way. I mean, okay, here's our blue paper. I think we're good there. This one I don't think I cut enough to hang off the edge. Or tore enough to hang off the edge. Unless I did something that. Let's try it. It'll. Yeah. That's good. And I'll deal with the backside in just a minute. Okay, so let's start by getting rid of the excess napkin. Roll that up. Oh, tearage there. That won't matter. Alright. Make sure that's glued down. All right. Let's save those other little napkin pieces. Get rid of this extra paper that we don't need. All right, I'm going to dry this. Alright, that way we can move the pieces around. I'm going to put the glue on the lid for a few minutes. Move the pieces around as we play with it. Okay, and I'm indecisive how I want to do this. Getting a piece of paper. And a pencil. Okay, I pulled papers for the body. And I thought I'd just trace and cut. Normally I might be able to do it. Normally I trace on the back, or I just cut. I'm going to set that to the side for just a minute, so I have a little more room. This is what I'm thinking about using for the main part of the body. Because I like that there's red and this green. I wish I had white. Graphite paper, and I do somewhere. Let me see if I can, if it's where I think it is. Bob, I'm gonna turn the heat so it's not so hot. I'm burning up. Alright, let's see. Real quick. Oh, I think I found it, y'all. Yeah. This will give me the option to use the white, not just the dark tracing paper. And this is from Americana. Another good place to get tracing paper in lots of colors is the craft store, like Joann's. All right, I'm just going to cut a piece. To use. But this one, like I said, is Americana. And they have it in a couple different colors, I think, besides white. Okay. And I'm going to do the main body, and I can lay some other pieces over it. Okay, that gives me, you may not be able to see it on camera. Gives me enough of a base to work with. It's kind of like paper piecing. Okay, so there's our main body. And I'm leaning towards this red for this part right here and up here. I'll use the black graphite for it. Maybe I'll use this piece right in here. Include the wattle. Okay. And then I'm just cutting up from the bottom around these points on one side and then the other. some paper there. And a lot of times I use my other scissors. I don't have them out right now. I'll show you after scissors. I'll get them out and show you. These are actually easier to use for this kind of work. Pull those out. $30 books already, Jean? Oh my gosh. You got me beat. Part of my problem is I listen to it at night when I go to bed and I fall asleep, and then the next night when I go back to listen, I have to go back chapters till I remember. So sometimes I'm hearing parts of the books over. But I'm not home during the day. But I am enjoying it. I haven't really, like, not been able to find a book. Okay. So this is going to go... Okay, I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to match that up. So that's going to go like that. So I'm going to get a little glue brush. Get the scissors to kind of hold that down for a second. And I'm going to lift that up. Glue that. Okay. Now the next question is, I think I want some of this as this wing that's in here to kind of break up some of that color. Put the white down. Okay. And I'm not worried about the lines. Because I'm going to use paint markers and pit pens. So some of that line work will get covered up in the white. think I'm gonna do a torn edge on that. And I'm gonna go ahead and lift up on this just a little bit while it's still wet. And tuck this in there. It just gives me a lighter value. Okay, get rid of that. Let's give this bird some feet. I'm also going to do another layer of the top in words. And I'm going to focus on the other features. Okay. I'm going to cut that out. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here. I think I'm just going to make it a torn edge. And put some glue in here. Okay, and I have yeah, every once in a while, yeah, I'll find one or two missing in a series, but I haven't really been disappointed with anything. I think I'm going to do the feet in this too. Unless I do the feet in the yellow. I think I like the newsprint. I'm going to make them longer because I got to tuck up under the body and glue. So I'll put a little glue right here on the edge. That should work. Gives them a little feet. Oh, I put the... Sometimes I have had problems with the app crashing. Mainly when I come back to it, Jean. When I use the sleep timer. I'm going to put this pattern on here and then cut it away. Because I want to still see that text, but I want a pattern that comes down on top of the red. And I'm just trimming it from the back so the layers are the same. Okay. And tempted to put I think I want to put some of this on here too. Just to get some text. And some more pattern. Tear it just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, that'll give me some little metallic bits. Yeah, that's the only thing. And I will tell you, I tried to change my payment. Like when I tried to upgrade, I had to call. They had to close it and then redo it. That was my biggest issue, was getting it to set up from the free trial, and actually earlier than the days that I was supposed to. All right, I'm going to see if I can... This is the first. I'm going to see if I can put an outline. on the tissue to guide me. It worked. I want this red print on his face. I'm just trying to get some different pattern. Hi, Dar. Okay. I'm liking that. For his main body. Let's get rid of... I didn't use any of that. Alright, now let's let him dry a little bit. And let's look at the papers that I pulled out for the feathers. I'm kind of leaning towards a base and then putting feathers on top because it's much easier, kind of like this. It's much easier to put the other colors on top of a base than have all these smaller pieces. So I think I'm going to put I want to see where this is a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to use this piece as the base. I'm not going to worry about the fact that the one feather will be white because they're going to get covered up. They're not. And I'll have to do it in layers. And work from the bottom up. I don't think my tracing paper went up there. Move that. And not move. There we go. Just want to go over this top just a little bit more here again. Alright. And it doesn't really matter if I missed a line. Because like I said, they're going to get, a lot of this is going to get covered up. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And if you didn't have jelly prints, you could take a paper pad that was a series, like a 6x6 would be better because the prints are smaller than a 12x12 page. And you could probably use, like if it had all the colors that you wanted, one in cool tone and one in warm tone, you could probably do it with scrapbook paper too. Similar idea. Okay, let's get rid of all of this little extra bit. Let's see. Oh, this can just all go away, actually. Here, and I'll match this up there. I'm going to tear this because it's too tall. It's too much. Yeah, and we're going to put these two pieces together. Alright, so then we have the base. Now it's just a matter of picking some other papers. Okay, let's put this one and this one down. Let me use a map piece. With some spray on it. And I'm just gonna ink on that big curved one. Let's just stick with the paper that's on there, but put napkin on it to cover where it's white. I'm sure Bob knows. He watched it. I'm sure he's in mourning. I don't care. I'm not a football person, but Bob wanted the TV's in the living room. I think they're in a rebuilding phase. But I don't really know. Okay, so let's put this down. This one down. I didn't even stay in the same room, CB. I was listening to my book. Okay. Now we need an opaque one. I'm going to cut a smaller piece of this, just so it's smaller to work with. Okay. This one. I don't know if I want to glue this one on yet. I think I want to move down to the other area, because I actually think there's some that this will sit on top of. Unless I glue it. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll glue the top, but not the bottom. Yeah, yeah. Well, and then I know Texas played Baylor too, UT. Okay, we'll leave that up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put it down because I think I'm going to leave that green because I like that green. Let's stick a little piece of this. In here. And then I think I need a piece that goes right here. That's that bright blue stuff. I also think I'm going to put some napkin in here. First. Isn't it weird that we don't all even set our clocks back the same? Okay, and I'm going to stick that in there. I'm just going to soften that. Okay, and then we need an opaque one to come over again. With that blue. I'll use this again. Making sure I'm on paper. No. Barely. I'm gonna move it up. And just free. Okay. That works. Okay. Let's. Let's try some of this. Let's cut 2 of this one at once. And I'll figure out how and where I want to end it. Nana's such a fuss budget. Okay. A tiny piece of map paper. Let's do a couple right there. And I think what I'll do is put some napkin in here a little bit. Just okay. Get some polka dots in here. Worry about tearing it in just a minute. Okay. And I think I'm going to put a polka dot, maybe up in here. Sticking out. Okay. Almost done with Mr. Rooster here. Okay. Need one more piece. Actually, turn it upside down. Okay. And I could have conserved the paper better to use smaller scraps. And it's a little offset, but that actually makes it look like more feathers. Okay. So I think we can get rid of all this blue paper. Scraps. Save those all in the blue and the green drawer. Put all those others in the yellow orange. I'm gonna stick all these back, kind of where they belong. So they're out of my way. All right. Get rid of that. Hi, Josie. Yeah, I have so much. I don't, it's just jelly printed papers and there's more where that came from. I like using them. I don't really save papers or not use them a whole lot. find there's certain combinations I use, and if I like them when I'm collaging, I'll make them again. 'Cause, you know, I have the stencil, I have the, if it's something that's straightforward. Now, it might have been a happy accident and I can't recreate it. Trying to get him to stick down. Carefully try to make sure that body's adhering. I'm going to turn this here real quick. I'll stick some more glue under and over so I can make sure that. Now I could have worked him down on the paper sooner and done it in stages. I've done it that way too before. He's got a little right in here. I'm just going to give it a couple pokes where it's not wanting to stick, and put some water and glue. I got it. I just had to, there was a little area where there wasn't any glue under his body. Okay. Make sure there's glue on that up here. The markers that I'm going to use have to have the glue. So I got to make sure, or I can't get it to glide. And the face is definitely where I'm going to. Okay, somebody is not happy with somebody else. Let's dry this. My chat is weird. Thanks, Josie. Let me dry this real quick. Alright, while that is getting the last little bit of dry, I'm going to take a white paint pen and put white paint in this area right here. I'm trying not to drag the tip because it'll tear. It's sticking. But I needed that to be white. And then we'll draw that a little bit more, real quick. Okay, I'll put that little bit of black in there. I'm just going to do black up in here. Alright, we'll let that dry, and we'll go ahead and start with, I want this color and this color. So I have a red, a deep scarlet red, and this is a sanguine. I'm never sure how that one is pronounced. And I'm going to turn this upside down so it almost has a copper color. I'm going to add some red into there. I get it darker on the edges. You can still see the newsprint. I'm going to just trying to stick the wrong marker in the wrong cap. Let me get a wet wipe. Take a little bit of a gray. Manage that. That right there. All right, I'm going to move the camera in just a little bit. I don't want to move it too much, otherwise I'll end up out of focus. Or out of the frame. All right, let's take a little kind of a yellow. I'm gonna actually put some of that down here too. These are permanent when dry, but you have time to move them around. So I'm gonna take a brown. There's a little tear over here that I want to kind of age too. Alright, so I'm good with the feet. Alright, I'm going to take this color here and come in and add some details on this. Minimize that. Transition there. And I'm going to come in with a brown. darken it a little bit in a couple of areas, I think. Okay. Clean my fingers. Make even. Darken some of that just a little bit and then take back. Okay, put the red up in here. I'm not going to do a whole lot other than add just a little brighter red in there. I'm going to take a black pen. Just add some. Sketch lines here and there. Okay, and then let's see. I don't have a dark. I need a dark teal. I just am going to end up using a dark gray. Hi, Maggie. Oh, that's too bad, Maggie. Hi, Mindy. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the edge here with a gray. There's a little bomb down here. And I think that'll work. I need to order new, I also need to get a transition going here. And I don't have a real good dark green, but there's this. I had a better green, but like I said, I need to, some of them are been destroyed, need to be replaced. Okay, I'm just going to come in and the ones that are green, I'm going to hit the edges. I'll turn this real quick. All right, and then I'm going to get cobalt blue and hit some of these with the cobalt blue. Okay. And then here's another one over here. I gotta turn it because of the glare of the light. Get that one in a blue. This one right here. All right, and then I'm going to use, this is a real light turquoise. And usually the way I darken it is use a little gray with it. The other thing I use sometimes is I have a non-permanent dark turquoise, but it will smear with water. But sometimes I use that. That's what I'm going to use because otherwise it's not going to. I want to put it over here too. Okay. I think he's just about done. Hi, Jillian. Need highlight in his eye. Sign it here in a little bit, in a few minutes. I don't know where I want to sign it. And then the next question is, do we want to do anything? Should I do, let me back the camera out. Do I want to kind of antique the edges with a couple options? I have a brown ink pad, but I don't know if that works. Let's try. I'm looking for a stamp. Okay. Let's see if... I don't know how well the ink pad works. Let's see. This is the Stampin' Up! Itty Bitty. I'm not really getting... I think this is dry. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of this ink pad. The other possibility is to take a little bit of this and just gilt the edges. It's iced espresso. Just on the edges. Yeah, I could do that. I have walnut spray. And the other thing I have is I have magicals. I have a sepia and magicals, which will be permanent when dry. So should we do some magic? I like this around the edges. I may finish that around the edges. Okay, this is magicals mixed up, but I don't know what. It's not gold. It's probably sepia. And I'm letting some drips. Okay, let's... fall heavier in some spaces than others. Okay. Then let's get that steampunk sepia. I have a mission brown. What I'm thinking about doing why I have this, because there is some gold in that. Why I have this gold on here and why it's wet. I'm gonna flick just a little bit. Try not to get too, I don't want big globs. That's too coppery. That's too copper. did. We'll cover that up in just a minute. That was a no-no, but we'll fix it. What I'll do is, the sepia I know is better. Let's just put a heavy sepia over that. And I'll cover that red stuff. And I'll get it with that other stuff in just a minute. Okay, and let's get the walnut oil. I know I have walnut stain. Take me just a minute to find it. I'm looking in other areas for the walnut stain. I found it. I know that's darker than it was. I had to minimize that. Red up there. Okay. Let's turn it upside down. Let that dry. Okay, let's try. I did find a distressed walnut stain. but it's not permanent either, so. Alright. I'm gonna let it be real dark up here. On the edges. Okay. Alright, let's try. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna go back to this since I put it on the one side. I need to. Kind of looks like a burn. It's where the glue went and where the glue didn't go. And I thought there was glue on top of that paper and there wasn't. Well, that's going to be what it's going to be. That's some Lindy's. And thinking if I put that on top of the walnut stain and it dried, there might be some permanency. Pigment powders from Lindy Stamp Gang. No, I don't use them like Janet. Alright, I'm just going to push this around and try to make some stain marks. Trying to give it a more deliberate stain right up here. Just to kind of change that shape. You can see I can get it dark when it's more concentrated. That's better. So see how it's not as straight line? Alright, I think I need to sign this puppy and be done. Oh, that's not working because it's too wet. That's good enough. I think this is too white now. Let's just put an ivory on it. Just took it down a little bit. All right. That's it. Done. Let me stop the recording.